A talkative West Yorkshire YouTuber, English Woodsman posts a range of videos about his camping adventures. Before a brief break from the site, he had decided to do a quick overnight bivvy bag camp at his local woodland. As Woodsman talks about his plans, he abruptly hears the sound of bipedal footsteps walking past him.
I didn't want to be tired, and it's going to throw it down Friday night as well, and rain camping is really good. Is that a badger? Hello?
Although uneasy, Woodsman initially resumes his routine, only for the sounds to reoccur.
There's that noise again now. Hello? Hello? You got to better hear that. There's nobody here. And it sounds like someone's just walking around. I can handle it, won't. Can you hear it?
After a third time hearing the footsteps, a shaken woodsman trusts his instincts and heads back home, the only time he's ever done so. As the name would suggest, Hike Slam saw host Phil undertake various hikes across his home state of Virginia. The day before Thanksgiving 2021, Phil set off to complete an overnight hiking camp at his local section of the Appalachian Trail. Half an hour in, he came across a heap of garbage covered in cryptic writing.
This one. Hangman is coming down from the gallows. Song lyrics. Well, hopefully I don't get murdered out here.
On its own, this wouldn't be too strange, yet over halfway to the campsite, he discovered more of the same rambling notes. This time though, they were accompanied by a dead duck.
What the hell? And there's a dead duck here. A very long note. And it looks like it was just put here because it's not wet. That duck is fairly recently killed. Alright. Kind of creepy. There's a fire down there.
Based on this camper's bizarre behaviour, Phil abandoned his original camp spot and hiked to a shelter about 2 miles in the opposite direction. Even so, he couldn't escape their presence.
Almost every shelter on the Appalachian Trail has a shelter log. Alright, let's see what's happened recently. Holy crap. Wait a second. Hold on, adjust the camera here. This writing looks almost exactly like the writing that was on that garbage a couple of miles from here. 2018, while I was incarcerated at the Okaloosa County Jail in solitary confinement, I figured the following out. Refer to Isaiah 28:15 through 9. Wow, this is weird. It's just like it goes in one direction, then immediately goes in a completely different direction. And there's just so much of it. Like this line up here. Think grave robbery in an attempt to obscure the reality of Little Mrs. Wolf. Please. You're falling faster. Obey your master. The Metallica lyrics. What the heck?
Understandably unnerved by all this, Phil was still half awake when he heard somebody arrive at the shelter.
Packed it up very quickly. I don't think I left anything behind, and I just walked past. As I walked past, I did look. It did look like a single guy hanging out in the shelter. He had a headlamp on. All I could really see was the light from the headlamp, so I could have been wrong. But man, it was, yeah, so I don't know.
Welcome to the Woods UK is an avid bushcraft survivalist, along with an occasional British big cat investigator. Despite a particular interest in this type of cryptid though, he may have inadvertently captured the most famous one of all. Following the destruction of a shelter he'd been constructing, Woods reviewed the trail cameras to identify the guilty party, assuming it was probably kids. Instead, one of the cameras captured an unidentified figure creeping through the forest.
There's a figure at night time that's in the right hand side of, I believe it's camera 6. Starts off, comes out of the woodland, and then all of a sudden it seems to trigger the camera again. But whoever it is shouldn't be there. They haven't got permission to be there. It's only me. I've phoned the landowner Chris. He swears blind that no one else should be in there. It's quite secure as well. I've never seen anyone in the 2 years that I know in there, even on any of the trail cams.
While it seems likely that the figure is a person, many viewers are convinced that it's a Bigfoot. Strangely, if it is a human, they do seem to be attempting to mimic the cryptid. After Woods set up a tent beside the collapsed shelter, he not only heard nearby footsteps, but wood knocks. Four weeks after this, Woods set up a dummy cam to spy on from a distance, with the hope that he would observe the perpetrator in action. Although he didn't see anything of note, he did record whooping sounds, another behaviour credited to Bigfoot.
It sounds like a woman shouting or screaming. Jesus. Jesus. The hell is that? What the hell is that?
Hearing all this, one has to question what the figure's motivation is. If they are human, why are they wasting their nights performing an elaborate ruse to seemingly scare someone? Once primarily a fishing channel, Sam of the Northwest Wind has recently turned to making stealth camping content. For his 19th video on the subject, he settled on the woodland off a Cleveland dog park. Almost immediately, however, Sam was hit by an eerie vibe.
What do you know? This looks like a tent or a tarp. That kind of sketches me out. That gives me a weird vibe. Super weird vibe.
Despite his reservations though, Sam still opted to camp by the tent remains, since it was the best spot around. Later that night, it became apparent that he'd made the wrong decision.
Somebody's out there. I don't know if they're coming this way or just walking around out there, I can't tell. Somebody's definitely walking around out there though. Hang on. I don't want to leave the light on in case they could see in here.
Hello? Hello? Alright, I don't like this. Hello? Hello? They're touching my tent. Stop.
They're right outside the tent.
Hello? I'm in here. Hello? Alright, I'm getting the out of here. Hello? What do you want? I have a knife. Where's my knife? They're f***ing with me. They collapsed my tent on me. I don't know which way they went. I think they went this way. I see you. Get away! All right, I'm spooked. I don't like this. Get my headlamp on and we're getting out of here right now. They're just standing there. They're just standing there. What do you want? Leave me alone! They collapsed my tent on me and pulled the fly off while I was still in there. It smells like someone's smoking a cigarette too. I smell your cigarette! I smell your cigarette! I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. Stay away from me! They're coming behind me. I don't know what they're doing. They could just be around. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. They're at my campsite. I see them. I see you reflecting off my tent. Leave my shit alone! One of them's following me. One of them's... Okay, here's the trail of some kind.
Fearing for his life, Sam flees through the woods. After repeatedly falling, he ends up at a clearing near the official trail, seemingly having escaped the strangers.
Okay, I feel a little safer now, but that was up. Right at the edge of the wood line. It's about 150 yards away. Hang on. You see that? I see you! I can see you! Oh, it's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. All right, let's get the here. I don't know if they're like after me or something, or what the happening. We're getting the here. It's getting bigger. They're coming this way. Oh, I don't like this.
Despite some viewers voicing their suspicion that the encounter was staged, Sam maintains it was very much real. Based in Northern England, Grizzly Gaz produces a host of entertaining history lessons on top of the usual camping content. For this video, Gaz discussed the legend of the Lady in White, a spectre that has haunted the woods near her former farm since hanging herself centuries earlier. Even with this unsettling backstory though, he and his canine companion Fendi seem perfectly calm as they settle into their hammock. That is until nightfall, when Gaz is alerted to the sounds of a woman crying.
Hello? Hello? Nope. 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 Hello? Hello? Hello?
Growing more and more afraid, Gaz hastily packs up to leave. On his way out, he hears another disembodied sound, this time of someone whistling. Despite experiencing what some may deem as proof of the paranormal, Gaz has tried to remain rational, dismissing the absurdity of certain skeptical arguments while remaining unconvinced that it was definitely supernatural. Yet, while these are Gaz's conclusions, what are yours?